Welcome to dNAxt. We are discussing class B subnetting. This is the third video of class B subnetting where we are discussing /19. /19 means 19 bits are assigned to your network. Out of these 19 bits, 16 bits are the default network bits. We call them major network bits. Okay, the 3 bits that are borrowed from the host are our subnet bits. These we have borrowed to break down our major network into small subnetworks. So we call them subnet bits, and the remaining bits which are 0 are the host bits. There are 16 major bits as we are talking about class B. 3 subnet bits and host bits are 13. We have 13 host bits. Now let's look how many subnetworks we will get over here. So x means how many subnetworks? 2 to the power x, where x is the number of network bits. So how many number? That is, we have 3 subnet bits. So 2 to the power 3, which is 8. 2 to the power 3 is 2 into 2 into 2, which is 8. And how many hosts per subnetwork? We are going to get 8 subnetworks. And how many hosts per subnetwork we will get? That is 2 to the power y, where y is the number of host bits. How many host bits we have? 13. So we will write 2 to the power 13 minus 2. What is 2 to the power 13? That is 8192, and if we subtract 2 from 8 we will get 8190 subnet bits. Sorry, 8190 host per subnetwork. Okay. What are the valid subnets that we will get over here? We will get 256 minus subnet bit value. What is the subnet bit value? Since we have 3 bits over here on, and the values of 3 bit is 128 plus 64, second bit value is 64 and third bit value is 32. So we will get value as 224. So when we subtract 224 from 256, we will get 32 as the subnet, valid subnet. So 32 means there will be an increment of 32, where in the third octet as subnet bits are borrowed from the third octet. Okay, so let's write down all these 8 subnetworks with their broadcast ID. So we will start with 172.16.8.0.0. This is your sub network increment. यहाँ पे होगा. Okay, and the last will always be 0 because those are purely host bits, and purely host bits or the host bits always remain 0 in network ID. And in the third octet, since we have borrowed the bits, यहाँ पे increment होगा और कितने का? 32 का. So 32, 64, 96, 128, 128 plus 32, 160, 160 plus 32, 192, and 192 plus 32, 224. 224 plus 32 will be 256, so which is not valid. Simple है. How to write network ID? Major network, you will not disturb major network के bits. Okay, so वो 2 octet आपको वैसे के वैसे लिखना है while writing the network bit. Fourth octet is of purely host, so all host bits remain 0. Okay, and in the third octet there will be an increment of 32. 32 से होगा आपका नंबर इन द थर्ड ऑक्टेट. नाउ लेट्स राइट डाउन ब्रॉडकास्ट आईडी ऑफ ऑल. इन ब्रॉडकास्ट आईडी host bits are always 1. All host bits are always 1 in. So since your fourth octet contain only host bits, we can write safely 255 in the fourth octet for writing broadcast ID. Okay, and then इन द थर्ड ऑक्टेट हमको पता है कि थर्ड ऑक्टेट में आपके नेक्स्ट नेटवर्क आईडी का पहले का आईपी एड्रेस विल बी योर ब्रॉडकास्ट आईडी ऑफ द प्रीवियस सब नेटवर्क. ओके, सो 32.0 के पहले आता है 31.255. ओके, देन 63, 95, then 127, 159, 191, 223, and the last number 255. Simple. So this is all about your network ID and broadcast IDs of the 8 different subnetworks that you are going to get by borrowing 3 bits of the in the third octet. ठीक है, now let's write down the first valid host. First valid host is 172.16.0.1. यहाँ पे फर्स्ट वैलिड होस्ट 172.16.32.1, 64.1, 96.1, 128.1, I mean 172.16.128.1, 172.16.160.1, 172.16.192.1. फिर से 192 के बाद 193 नहीं आएगा, पहले पूरा 0 to 255 रोटेट होने के बाद देयर विल बी एन इंक्रीमेंट ऑफ 1 इन द थर्ड ऑक्टेट. ओके, 172.16.224.1. अभी लास्ट वैलिड लिखते हैं सारे ऑक्टेट के. इसका प्रीवियस 172.16.31.254. 30 नहीं लिखना है यहाँ पे. पूरा ये जब 0 तक जाएगा देन यहाँ पे फिर से 255 और फिर यहाँ पे 30. जैसे यहाँ पे एक एक का इंक्रीमेंट होता है, यहाँ पे भी इसका प्रीवियस ये इंक्रीमेंट एक का होके ये लास्ट ब्रॉडकास्ट आईडी आपको मिला है. ओके, तो इसके पहले का विल बी 254. यहाँ पे नहीं कम करना है. 172.16.63.254. यहाँ पे 172.16.95.254, 172.16.127.254, 172.16.159.254, 172.16.191.254, 172.16.223.254, and last 172.16.255.254. This is all about /19. We'll be discussing /20 in the next video. So stay tuned with dNAxt. Thank you.